The next stage is to actually create the multi-camera source sequence. This is where all of the clips combine. Some people call this a multi-clip, and essentially it's all of the different angles combined into one. Now, I'm going to show you some particular strategies in our next segment, but let's walk through some of the basics here as to how all these pieces get put together. In the project panel, you select the items that you want to work with. For example, I know I need the click track, and let's take the other angles. Now, earlier I told you the benefit of using the label group, so I could simply click and say label, select label group, and that works quite well. And then grab the audio here. Now, the tricky part here, though, is which one you select first. And since I want this to be the audio, I'm going to select that first, and then choose these other ones here. Now that they're active, it's pretty simple. With a right click, I could choose Create Multi-Camera Source Sequence. Now a new dialog opens up. You'll notice there's several different synchronization methods, and we're going to explore this in our next section. This is how you choose to sync things. In this case, let's just try the easiest of an audio-only sync. And I'll pull that audio and tell it to look on both tracks for syncing. I'll let the sequence auto-conform to the video footage, but I'll pull the audio only from camera 1. In this case, camera 1 is whatever I clicked on first, which is why I first clicked on the audio track. This is the click track, which was what everybody was recording to. During this production, the musician wasn't actually playing live. Rather, he was playing to a pre-recorded or click track. This track was played back live in the club, and then he performed to the track. This ensured that we had the full instrumentation, and then he was essentially lip-syncing to his own song. But the benefits worked out because we have a clean track to use, and then all of the camera audio is simply for reference. Now, there are lots of different production approaches, and as I mentioned, we'll explore more in just a little bit. Let's go ahead now with this done, and I'll say use the clip names for each of the camera angles, and click OK. It analyzes all of the sources and combines them into a new multi-camera source sequence. There we go. And you'll notice the clips actually got moved into a new bin. Now this is a good time to save the project, so let's choose Save As, and we'll enumerate this to Stage 2. That way I can easily go back to the clean project if needed. Once you have the multi-camera source sequence, if you double-click, you'll see it loads, and in this case, I could see all of the angles. As we drag through there, you'll notice that the action lines up across all of the different cameras. Once you have this multi-camera source sequence, you're ready for the next stage.